So you just got your $1,200 stimulus check. Well, let's talk about some ways that you can invest it. But first, I have to have a little disclaimer here. I want you guys to think about what you're doing before you think about investing. If right now you need to pay your rent, you need to put food on the table, any of those types of things have to be paid, please take care of your family first. Be safe out there. Support all of those healthcare workers that are putting their lives on the line every single day. That's my little disclaimer. Please take care of yourselves. Be safe. Be healthy. Do everything you can to stay safe in this environment. But what I want to do today is I want to give you guys 5 different ways that you can invest your $1,200 stimulus check. And we're going to start at low risk and move up to high risk depending upon your tolerance. So let's get started on the very low risk. And I want to give this is for people who are maybe finding themselves to where they're maybe a little bit in debt. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually invest in ourselves. We're going to take that $1,200 and we're going to pay off any debt that we have that's higher than 5%. So you need to look at whether it's a credit card, whether it's a personal loan, whether it's maybe a HELOC or something that's just high interest, and you're going to pay down that debt. The reason why is you have to look at that debt and you have to look at the interest rate that's on that debt and say, if I pay down that debt by the $1,200, I'm actually not paying that interest rate. Therefore, that interest is coming back into my pocket. So you have to kind of get a little bit creative in your thinking. Because look, it's super easy to just charge something to a credit card and say, okay, I'm going to pay that, I'm going to pay that later, I'm going to pay that later, and not even think about that interest rate that's just compounding constantly. So you have to think about that and you have to really take that into consideration. That's going to be your lowest risk because look, if you pay that debt down, you just put that in your pocket. You just put that interest rate back in your pocket. It's not going to fluctuate with the market. It's not going to go up and down. You're not going to invest it somewhere and all of a sudden you lose a little bit of it and you're worried about it. So that's number one. Number one is investing in yourself and paying down your debt. Number 2, where we start to move up the risk scale just a little bit, and this is more for my retirees, my a little bit older Americans who are, I cannot afford to lose this $1,200. Look at bonds or some very, very low volatility dividend funds. Now with bonds, I would highly recommend things like MUC or other municipal bonds that are backed by some sort of government entity, but also pay out a tax-deferred dividend. So or in some cases, there's non-taxable dividends. So the money you earn on that is not even taxable. So look at some of those options for number 2. Number 3, we're going to look at blue chip dividend stocks. Blue chip dividend stocks are stocks that have been around forever. They'll be around after this is over and done with. They've been paying a good dividend or increasing their dividend year after year after year. You're looking at companies, like ExxonMobil and Johnson & Johnson, stuff like that, as well as, even inside of this kind of number 3, you can look at dividend stocks that are on the lower risk side of things, all the way up to dividend stocks that are on the higher risk. Higher risk would be, like the Simon Property Group, which is a REIT, but pays really, really high, but right now could be a little bit volatile just because of, 30% of people didn't make their rent payments last month. So you have to kind of look at where you want to be on that sliding scale. Do I want to be on the low end where, I'm getting a good dividend, I'm getting kind of some income out of that, maybe I'm getting some growth out of this, but I'm safe? Or do I want to be on the high end? I'm a risk taker. I feel like, we've bottomed out, or even if we haven't bottomed out, we're at the low. I'm getting these stocks on a really, really amazing discount. And, the sky's the limit with where they're going to go. And, on top of that, I'm going to earn this dividend. So think about that. Think about your own investing and look at and do your research as far as which blue chip dividend stock is going to be best for you. There's great opportunities out there. There's going to be great opportunities for a while. We'll get into that in a second. The next one is going to be real estate. Now, I understand right now we just talked about it and said, well, Eric, didn't you just say that with real estate, 30% of people didn't pay their rent? Yes, that's true. But if you're buying a brand new property right now and you're getting a renter in there, you're going to find somebody who's got a stable job. Maybe they work in the healthcare industry. Maybe they work in something that's an essential employee. And look, we're going to start to get back to work in the next few months. So as people go back to work, some of this dust is going to settle a little bit. People will start paying their rent again. The other option is you can purchase a property right now, maybe get it at a severe discount that's a fixer-upper. And you're stuck inside right now anyways. So why not buy a fixer-upper right now and spend the time that you're inside fixing it up? And then when we're on the other side of this and you can go back to your regular job, the house is fixed up, it's been renovated, and all of a sudden here you have this beautiful house that you can flip, or you can burr, or you can turn into, a rental property that's beautiful and is ready for somebody to move right in. So that's going to be number 4, is going to be a rental property or a piece of property. Real estate is going to be the 4th option for you to invest your $1,200 in. Now the last one, we're getting into the high risk stuff here, is going to be cryptocurrency or Bitcoin of some sort. Now Bitcoin is kind of a good hedge against a lot of different things because of the fact that it's finite. People are going to look to all kinds of different ways. So we're going to see it, and it's volatile. Don't get me wrong. I own some other cryptocurrency, stuff like that. And it's crazy to watch the volatility inside of this. But long term, if you just want a long term, take a shot at something, this is buying into the long shot horse at the racetrack. You're just saying, I'm going big, I'm all in, I'm going to see where this goes. Buy yourself, and $1,200, you can buy fractional Bitcoin. So you don't have to buy an entire Bitcoin at what I think it's like $7,500 right now. We're going to laugh because somebody's going to see this 2 years from now and Bitcoin's going to be at 20,000. I'm like, oh, that guy was talking about it when it was $7,500. All you guys should have bought it. But I'm not saying that this is what you have to do. I'm just saying it's an option, especially if you have a high risk tolerance and you want to go big. So I hope you guys found some good information here, something that can help you, something that can drive you and give you some ideas when you're thinking about what you're going to do with this $1,200. Like I said, if you need the money to pay rent, to put food on the table, please don't go, I need this money for rent and groceries, and say, well, let's go buy a Bitcoin. That's not really, you shouldn't be going from down here to the highest risk component of this. So try and stay within your means, stay within your risk tolerance, because you don't want whatever you're going to invest in to be keeping you up at night. If you did enjoy this video and you did get some information out of it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and a like, hit that like button. And if you want to see more of these, you can head on over to our channel or hit that subscribe button and that little bell notification icon to get notified every single time we launch a new video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay sane. We'll see you next time.